Being, staying calm. Is it always better not to speak when you are not 100% sure whether you should speak up or be quiet and burn tapas? Being, staying calm. Is it always better not to speak when you are not 100% sure? Yeah. Why should you speak when you don't know something for sure? You're not speaking the truth then. And when you're not 100% sure about what you're speaking of, then you will have somebody retaliate you, right? Because they can feel you're not 100% sure. So they will come up with something else. And you create a debate over nothing. You weren't sure in the first place. So if you're not sure of something, before you speak about it, it's only wise to be sure. And if you are not sure about it, it is only wise to ask, is this the case? Because I am unsure. If you really need to speak about it, be clear. Truthfulness is always the key to this. Be truthful at all times. Many times people are not sure about things. And they want to prove that they are because they want to appear smart, or they want to be clever, or they want to be right. And for me, I've learned over the years, it is better to earn my peace and keep my peace than to be right. There's no point arguing about things. There's things that some people will never agree with you because they see the world from a different point of view. There's nothing to convince anybody about. This is where we get into trouble. We're trying to convince people to believe something we believe in. If they don't want to believe it, you can talk and talk and talk. You're not 100% sure. They're not 100% sure. And all you create is a big, huge argument. For what? Nobody was sure in the first place. All these debates about God and divine and spirit, you know. So many people ask me to go on TV for a debate. I go, I don't debate. And they go, why? Are you frightened? No, not at all. I know what I know. And I know what I believe. Why should I debate with somebody who's not sure? They don't know. They're questioning. Let them deal with somebody who's also questioning. I'm not questioning. 10 years ago, I've been on debate on television with a whole group of religious leaders because I was still questioning them. So we were coming from a place of debate. But once you know that you know that you know, why are you trying to convince somebody else who doesn't know or not sure? It creates a lot of discomfort in their homes. So my opinion is, if you're not sure, don't say. Say only if you're sure. You can ask, you can discuss, but don't pretend you know. Never. You'll get yourself in trouble. And then whether you should speak up, I think I've answered this, to burn tapas. No. Tapas means to burn. Tapas, the word tapas means, for those who don't know, do you all know the word tapas, what it means? By the way, in our Sanskrit language. Some new people here today, do you know what the word tapas means? No, actually it means to burn. Burn. When you accept pain and not cause it in return, the word for that in the Sanskrit language is tapas. When somebody hurts you, for example, screams at you, shouts at you, swears at you, and you're feeling the pain. Normally people want to scream back and shout back, and we want revenge. How dare you do this to me? You can't. Do you see, there is an anger there. Now tapas is you hold back on that anger. You hold it. You don't speak it out. And of course, it burns. The feeling is burning, isn't it? When you hold back, you're longing to swear at somebody, but you know once you've done it, it's too late. You know, Tiruvalva, a great Hindu saint, South Tamil saint, said, you know, a word is like a bird. Once you've said it, it's too late. It's too late. You can't bring it back. So when you hold back on your anger, or you hold back on your jealousy, or you hold back at your shouting and screaming, it causes you a bit of pain. It's not easy. You know, this is why Master Shivananda, one of the greatest masters of our generation, said bearing insult, bearing injury is the highest practice. Is that hard to do? Somebody's swearing at you, to hold it in and not swear back is the highest practice. Lord Jesus on the cross, what was symbolic of that? The most symbolic thing of him on the cross was, my Father in heaven, forgive them. They know not what they do. Accepting pain for purification. And what happens to you when you accept pain? In Sri Patanjali, in the science book of the mind of yoga and the science of yoga, he tells us, when you acquire this gift, when you can accept pain and not cause it back in return, what happens to you? Occult powers are gained. What does he mean by occult powers? It means that you start to see things so differently. Because you see, this is all on a physical human level, isn't it? We're talking on this level. It's a very material level. When you take in a lot of pain and you don't cause it back to somebody, you go through a transformation. Especially when you try to understand that that pain is purifying you. It's making you into a better person. Especially when you understand that fire cannot put out a fire. The only way to put out a fire is through water. The only way to put out hate is through love. But it takes time to develop that sincerely. It takes a long time to develop this love. It doesn't happen overnight. This is why in the science of yoga it says we have to practice. Keep listening to positive things. Keep practicing good things in your life. One day you won't feel the pain when somebody swears at you. You say, oh, this is quite normal. It really is quite a nice feeling. You really feel quite free.